Arnie's CheatsMaster got a update adding more, obviously, cheats into their mod. This is one of my favorite mods, especially if you love cheating in The Sims. This mod just makes it 10 times easier. Don't get me wrong, I love UI cheats in MC Command Center. This is just another mod to add into your Sims folder to make sure you get the ultimate cheating experience. Anyways, if you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. But without further ado, let me fill your mod folders up once again with an updated mod. Alright, so we obviously don't really need Yvette today, but I'm gonna let her relax while we go over everything that came with the Arnie's CheatsMaster update. I have covered this mod in the past when it first came out, but we got some updates, obviously, so I want to show you. The first thing that we're going to do is go into build mode, alright? And the reason for that is when you type in Arnie, you get a cheat box. And this is sort of like an MC Command Center. When you click on a mailbox, it gives you some extra cheats for the game. This is kind of like that for Arnie's mod, except you need this custom content mailbox. Okay, it's gonna have a little wrench like we saw. Once you get this mailbox, you can shift click and make sure your testing cheats are on. They're enabled. Once you shift click on this, you will see some more options that were added. So for example, we have cheat bills. You can now cheat your pay bills to make it free. Okay, you can force bills due, but I like this one, that if maybe your Sims don't have the money or maybe you just don't want to pay the bills, you can cheat it for $0. See? And it will, I think it worked. Yeah, there we go. I think it worked. And then you have the cheat needs, which we already know this. You can fill the needs of the world, fill the needs of a household. You can disable world needs decay, enable household needs decay. You can disable household needs decay or enable the world needs decay. There's a lot of stuff to do on here. And then you also have cheat neighborhood action plans. So if you have eco living in here, you can be able to cheat an instant enact neighborhood action plan. So it'll bring up this menu so you can cheat whatever you want if you have eco living. So this is really nice. And then you can also, what it showed was the give to the Sims like the influence so that they can vote if they want to, and you don't want to really like earn it, you can just cheat it. You can now cheat seasons. So you can come in here and you can click on fall, spring, summer, winter. I will say with having UI cheats menu, it is a little bit easier just to click down here, but you do still have the option within CheatsMaster. If you only use Arnie's CheatsMaster, you can now cheat, you know, the seasons. You can also summon NPCs, which you can do this with MC Command Center, although I do find it to be it's a little bit longer to get to like the summoning of an NPC, but right here you can summon, you know, a Pacific NPC if you want. So if you want to have a repair service come instantly, ranch hand, I do like that. This is not in, you know, MC Command Center, but MC Command Center still has that summoning of townies that you can do. This one's more focused on the actual NPCs, like your maids, your inheritance lawyer, groceries, eco inspector, butler, the repair, mail carrier, etc. And then you have cheat utilities. You can come in here and you can cheat the water consumption, the power consumption, and I think that's pretty much it. So you can choose in here what you want. So I think that's pretty cool because, again, you know, if you're going to be cheating, you want to have as many options as you can. And then you can cheat the weather as well. Again, you can do this on UI cheats, so it really comes down to which one you have a preference of. Again, UI cheats has a little bit of an easier way of getting to it, but you also can go to the mailbox and do it as well. You can cheat money as well. I feel like we had this in the last update, but this could have been updated for this section. You can mother load it, you can maximum it, and then you can lose all money. So if I wanted to give Yvette the maximum amount of simoleons, she's now got it. And then we can go into this debug, and it basically resets object set as head and then destroy object. So that pretty much explains it for this. The things that we did get updated for this was, I'm pretty sure, the cheat bills, the seasons, the summoning, the cheat utilities, the weather, and then I want to say maybe the nap, but I feel like the neighborhood action plans were in the last update. Anyways, moving on to where we will need Yvette. Did you just sit? What happened to relaxing, Yvette? We do need Yvette for this next part because this has to do with your Sims. Because there's some new options with your Sims. Anyways, while she's reading this book, why don't you just sit down for me? Thank you. We're just gonna go ahead and pause this. Again, shift click on your sim and it's gonna pull up this. We have seen this before, okay? With the initial release of this mod, these were all here. So you have your cheat age, your pack cheats, which I believe now includes Enchanted by Nature, which is in this update. You can show all notebook entries, you can spawn quest objects, and you can fairy dust times 20, which is really nice. Now, Yvette is not a fairy, so I am wondering what this will entail if she is a fairy, of like what different cheats we'll get with that. You have outfits and cast. Obviously, this is self-explanatory. You also have the cheat skills, again, self-explanatory. Cheat sim info in here, pretty much self-explanatory. You can give them bucks. You can give them like the bucks with the recycle bits, recycle pieces. You also can add lifestyles, remove them, deactivate needs, remove all sentiments. Cheat trait panel right here, so you can cheat you can cheat the different traits, which is pretty nice because maybe you accidentally clicked the wrong one for your sim. You can come in here and fix it. So that's really cool. And then you also have the cheat emotion, which we've seen before. This is one of my favorite things to use because sometimes your sims need a certain emotion, and sometimes I get too lazy to make them get into that emotion, so I just cheat it. And then they have cheat career, again, pretty self-explanatory. And then if you go to the more choices, it'll have cheat collections, so you can come in here and give them a collection, or you can purchase upgrade parts. And then you can cheat the type of death if you want. If you want to cheat death, you can play Grim Reaper on here. And then you have the cheat money again. And then the cheat occult is actually what I want to test out, because you can turn your sim into a werewolf, turn into a vampire, mermaid, spellcaster, fairy. You can also add alien form. So here you can basically turn them into whatever with one click of a button. So if I wanted to turn Yvette into a fairy right now, she will turn into a fairy. Oh, we kind of missed it. I'm sorry. And now I'm curious, if we shift click on here, if we go back to pack cheats and expansion cheats, and then go to Enchanted by Nature. Okay, so it's still the same, because my biggest thing about this is the being able to cheat the balance system and the luck system. And I know you can do that with the Sim Info tool by Lumpino. But if I wanted to come back in here and basically say, oh, I've had enough of Yvette being a cult, I can go ahead and remove all cult forms from her, and she will go back to being just a regular sim. So, put your wings away. It looks like there was a problem, so a great thing with this mod is you can come in here to debug and just reset it, and now Yvette goes back to normal. Now, what I meant with the expansion pack cheats in the fairy category, I wish there were more cheats to, like, get rid of ailments or, like, add an ailment. I know you can do that with the abilities, but, you know, sometimes you can't cure. I know you can add and cure, ailments with an ability, but you can't do it to, like, your own sim, if that makes sense. Like, it's your sim fairy giving it to other people or, like, curing it, but they can't cure it themselves. But I do know, again, that there are mods to, like, get rid of ailments, and there's also, by Lumpino, the Sim Info Toolbox, like I was talking about earlier, that will, you know, cheat the balance system and the luck system. So, you know what? All in all, still a great mod, CheatsMaster. I will not touch my game if this mod isn't in my game folder. Same goes for, like, MC Command Center UI cheats. The other cool thing that was added into this mod goes up into our little, like, text box. So this mod is now a script mod. So it'll add some more options now with it being a script mod and just not like a package file. But anyways, if you click Shift, Control, and C, there should be this text box that will appear. Now, in this text box, if you type in bb.all, so just like that, bb.all, and click on enter, it will enable all build/buy cheats in one freaking command. So, for example, now it's ignoring gameplay unlocked. So if you go into build mode, everything should be unlocked now, okay? There should not be a single thing that's behind a, you know, little lock, obviously. It turns on move objects cheats on, it turns on free real estate, and it turns on free build is enabled. which this is so very handy. The other thing you can do is cas.all, and that turns on all cas cheats are on now. Now with MC Command Center, you can go in to, oh, Yvette! Buddy, what are you doing? You can go into create a sim with MC Command Center with full edit mode on, but now that we're back in here, we can basically change anything we want on Yvette because we have turned on those cheats, as well as any cheats in here. You can go and change this, her walk style, whatever it is. You're now free to change it all with literally one command, okay? In my opinion, it's an easier command. Cas.all is so much simpler than typing in cas.fullmode. The other thing that you're able to do with what I was talking to you guys about with this text box is now you can type in a new command that says dev.mode, and it basically opens up this other like CheatsMaster dev mode on. So it will basically ignore gameplay unlock cheat is on, the headline effects are off. Like, for example, it'll turn off the, the plumb bob. So if you don't want it on there, it'll turn it off for you with this one, command. It'll basically stats fill the household. It basically opens up to explain this better, because I feel like I did not explain that great. I'm going to pull up this. Basically type dev.mode into the cheat console to enter special CheatsMaster dev mode, which is super useful for mod and content creators for playtesting, aka me. But this command does a lot of things. It enables all build/buy cheats, so it goes back up to that bb.all. It hides the plumb bobs and group icons, so it's great for recording in-game, because I hide the plumb bobs. I find that it's better when I'm recording. I love the plumb bobs. I just don't like the look of them when I'm filming. I think it's kind of clustered. I think there's a lot going on, and it's easier to get thumbnails if my Sims don't have, the plumb bobs over their heads. But I still love a plumb bob, okay? But basically it also shows the FPS in the bottom left corner of the screen as well, and disables autonomy for current Sims. It fills the needs of every Sim in your household, and it locks all needs at maximum, plus disables death, disables fires, which is a great thing for Yvette, and more. And it says, Arnie says, I will personally use this new cheat a lot for playtesting my mods, which I think is great, because if you are someone that is trying to playtest or whatever you're doing, whether you're content creating, whether you're testing mods, you can now use this cheat, and it is just a one simple command into that cheat console, and you've got a lot of options within that one command to make your life 10 times easier. So, and then I'm almost positive if you just type it in again, it'll turn it off. So you won't have it anymore, and then you can go back to gameplay, and then Yvette's got her plumb bob back, and is she burning? Are you burnt? Yvette Hilton, you done got a sunburn. Put your clothes back on, please. Okay, I don't know why she was doing that. She was like, I'm gonna take my day off and I'm gonna enjoy it, because we really didn't need her for this. That is pretty much it for the cheat console part. The next part is there's also cheats for like terrain. Now, I am not an expert at this, but basically if you shift click again on, for some reason I was having trouble figuring out how to get this terrain cheats tool to be on. So I'm just gonna tell you what it does, but you can basically come in here and have like a wildlife encounter. So you can create wildlife encounters depending on the packs that you own. You can create Sims, so it lets you generate Sims, robots, cats, dogs, or more. You can also create a craftable, so you can generate any craftable from many categories. And then you can also create animals, so you generate instantly animals from cottage living, and then debug like cheat/commands. And you also have like world edit. I have my testing cheats on and all of that, but when I go to like click on the terrain and like shift click, nothing is popping up. So I don't know what's going on. So yeah, that was about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the update for CheatsMasters. I love Arnie so much. He's definitely one of my favorite mod creators in The Sims 4, just because I feel like every mod he comes out with just makes The Sims 4 a bit more easier. This game can be a little stressful, so having this CheatsMaster, I find that I use it a lot in my game. Even with having MC Command Center and UI cheats, I still find that CheatsMaster is a must-have for me as well. I feel like you can never get enough mods in your mod folder. So anyways, let me know what your favorite feature of the newly updated CheatsMaster is. How much do you use it? Are you a big fan of the CheatsMaster mod by Arnie? But with all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more content like this on this channel. Also, turn on your push notifications so you never miss another YouTube video on here or our live streams, because I go live Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching and happy simming.